lot to talk about.
And now is the time on A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream when Jeannie talks about not being ready to start the live stream. Good morning and welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for October 22nd. Jeannie keeps saying we have a lot to talk about, but something tells me that's when I'm like, what are we talking about? And Jeannie's like, I don't remember. We are and remain roughly a week out on service. We've just had a remarkable string of success in kind of getting through the machines that have been coming into the store as they come into the store. I believe both the store luminaire as well as the XP2 are spoken for. If that changes in the next 24 hours, the store luminaire is definitely spoken for. I need to make a phone call this morning regarding the XP2, but we will have many more opportunities for used XPs, and there may be opportunities for a new XP. My rep called me and said that he was aware of a dealer that was asking for some assistance in getting rid of some XPs. The Triumph is no longer available, but the Ovation is available. And then I have a used Aventura, a used Destiny 2, and it's an Aventura 2 with the big screen. And I also have, it's like a 2000D, but I'll probably sell that online. It's actually a 4000D now that I'm saying it. And I think that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What's the word, Jeannie Mulligan?
I don't know. I'm like,
we talked about something this morning that we were going to talk about that was so funny, and then I don't even remember what it was.
I don't know what it was either.
Our kids threw a raucous bash and got in trouble by the neighbors.
It was their first time throwing
So
a party.
proud. I'm so proud. They threw a party and got out of control.
No, and Kai left.
Which means it's a good party.
Kai left the party. Kai went to the library.
Guy was like, I can't cope. It's too out of control.
So he went to the library, and he couldn't deal with like his room. It goes the kitchen, his room, backyard. So people were going back and forth through his room, and he could not. He said it hurt him. Because it's his space.
It was hurting him.
Yeah, he said it was hurting him because it's like his space, and like he likes to have control of his space.
Which I'm like, you got to block your space off. Like, that is fair.
Yes,
that
we
is totally
told him,
fair. Lock
and
the door.
We told Violet that was.
That's unacceptable.
And then
like,
she told me she offered to lock it, and he was the one who was like, no, because he doesn't want to be a Debbie Downer.
well, no, he just needs to be a Debbie Downer.
He needs to be a
needs to
Debbie
protect his
Downer.
mental
I
space.
thought his sister was forcing him to
No,
have the door
I
open.
couldn't
Or not
see
forcing him, but
I
being...
couldn't see her doing that because she
Yeah, she wouldn't.
She wants to have more parties.
She wants to have more parties, so they're trying
so she needs to get Kai's buy-in.
Yes.
But they learn from the best.
We're still learning.
How to throw a party and have it get out of control, and then decide you're never throwing another party.
Yes. So,
we're like, that's like when they were little kids, they saw that happen a couple times. Where we like,
and then
whoa, we can never do that again.
Yeah, because so this was Violet's first experience, and there were friends that had called friends that had called friends. So there were people there that
She said it was Snapchat. It got out on Snapchat that there was a big party. And so they had massive groups of people
and
coming
they
in
didn't
that
know
they didn't even know.
They didn't know them. And Violet, who's like me, was too nice to say
Was
you
like,
can't.
woo!
No, she wasn't like that. She was too nice to say you can't come in. Because I would be like that too. I'd be like, I don't know you, but okay. Because, you know, I think at 50 I would still have a tough time.
I was the guy at
He
our
doesn't
out of
have a
control
tough time.
parties that I'm like, do I know you? I don't know you. And they'd be like, but I know so-and-so. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know you. You got to leave. I'd be like, here's a beer. Now go.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, you know so-and-so? Okay.
Yeah, but I've
Come
never
in.
seen you before and you're in my house. You got to go.
I love that about Patrick. I love that. So yeah, and I guess
We had one irate neighbor.
yes, that came in and told Violet he was gonna take her down. What does that mean?
Yeah, that neighbor and I are going to have a conversation. Like, dude, really? You're going to walk into my house uninvited and threaten my daughter in her own house? But thank you for not calling the police because it's Utah.
Yes.
And I don't want my kids to go to jail.
Yes. Yes, we were thankful about that. Anyhow, we do have a lot to talk about. That was
So that was our exciting news for the weekend. What well, so I want to know what Jen Padley relates to. Do you relate to your kids throwing parties? Or do you this is a group of kids that like we were the house where all the high school parties were.
what?
We were the house for our kids' friends. We were the house where all the high school parties were. And like I have a lock on the liquor cabinet. I always lock the liquor cabinet, but I'd like count.
We lay down the rules.
Like I'd be like, listen, like you can't drink. And if somebody shows up and is drunk, once they're in my house, that means they got to stay or I got to call their parents. And like they never broke the rules.
Yeah, we'd be like because parents would come over too, and the kids never. This is a group of kids that are just starting to
have fun.
They're just starting to party. They're
And,
just
like,
starting. You like
Well, so Violet called me and she was like, she started by saying, so we did it, but we all realize we never want to do that again.
yeah.
And I was like, well, so what were the mechanics? Like what happened? And she was like, she was like, I think it was Snapchat. Like, I think a couple people put out to Snapchat that they were at a great party. And then that just kind of got big. But it's a good lesson and it's a valuable lesson. And
she realizes she doesn't like cleaning up vomit. Who does? Right? Who does? Okay. Let's onward and upward. So we worked really hard to get some classes up and some sew-alongs up. We're still getting things up right now. But why are you
I'm just
laughing?
I just like all of our parties at some point got out of control.
Patrick and I are still learning our lesson in our
We haven't
50s.
hosted a party. Like I kept saying we're gonna host like
We haven't hosted
50
a party.
and she's still alive party this sometime this fall.
And she's still alive?
Yeah, well,
That makes it sound like-
that happened. That happened. We bought a new house right before the start of the pandemic, and we're like, we're gonna, we'll let us get moved in, and then we'll host a party. Well, it took us 6 months to move in, and then the pandemic happened, and we've had lots of dinner parties and stuff, and lots of high school parties. No drinking or anything like that goes on in our house at high school parties. We're not those kind of parents, but But I'm like, we got to host a party this fall. We're just going to invite everybody to come over. And so, somebody asked me over the weekend if we were throwing our Halloween party. Somebody called me.
Oh,
And I'm trying to
really?
think of who it was. And they were like,
Yeah.
are you guys having your Halloween party? We haven't had our Halloween party for like 6 years. Somebody's like, we're planning our Halloween. Are you guys having a Halloween party? I'm like, no. Like, our kids are gone. And they were like, well, we never meant for the kids.
Oh my God. Anyhow, let's talk sewing.
Talk sewing to me.
Yes, I'm gonna talk sewing to you.
She watched The Princess Bride over the weekend.
First, we watched The Notebook, and I was like,
Oh my
Patrick,
God.
you and I, you're Noah, and I'm Allie, right? And then he's like, let's watch Princess Bride, and then I was like, Patrick, I'm Buttercup, and you're Wesley. We watched 2 love stories back to back. We watched Notebook in my sewing room when I was like working, and then we watched we went upstairs and then watched Princess Bride, which I like the Notebook better.
I think The Notebook's like like Princess Bride's kind of a kid's movie, but
It's fun too.
Fun.
It's fun too.
It's super fun.
I was watching it. I was like, oh my God, Robin Wright, right?
Yeah.
It was like so young, and so were Ryan Gosling and Rachel Adams. Is that what I forget? McAdams. I was like, they were so young, but
Hey, we're 10 o'clock.
Okay. Cool.
so anyhow, it was that was what we did one of the evenings while I had my 10 needle going. So thank you everyone for coming yesterday. Lindsay had her trunk show. I think people got some great stuff. I kept having to go and shop too. And if you were unable to join us for the trunk show, you can still keep shopping online. So I think that sale.
Did she get her site fixed?
I think so. I think you should be able to use everything now, and and it's going to be up for a week. So just know everything you're going to get just feels like great. There were so many great fabrics. So it was fun, and thank you for coming, and we'll do it again.
Cosmos fabric, and I was like, that needs unicorns.
Oh my God.
You're like, I'm going to take half of it. And I'm like, it needs unicorns.
So, and
Lasers shooting out of their
we'll
eyes.
probably do that again. If you wanted to sign up for the legging class, it is up, and just keep in mind we're keeping it small because it's going to be Lindsay's first class, and I think it'll be her first time like with the camera and all of that stuff, and we'll do some practicing beforehand. But if you don't get into the class, we'll probably do like some kind of recorded version, and it's 3 hours, so you can take your time with the class. It's going to be this class, I think. I didn't bring over the pat. Oh yeah, I did bring over the pat. I'm not running around. I grabbed stuff. So it's going to be the limestone legging. So you can just look up limestone, and you should be able to find it, and you can get the pattern as well as the class. And if it does fill up, maybe we'll just do another session. We'll just do another session with her. And
so there was no live yesterday. The trunk show was literally just a trunk show.
Well, it was really just a shopping.
Like,
just
it
come in
gave
and
you an
shop.
opportunity to touch and feel and see and buy the fabrics.
And
So-
if you are local and you want to go to Lindsay's house, she said we could set something up. So reach out to me, and I'll put you in touch with Lindsay, and maybe she'll do like Saturday shopping days at her place, so she doesn't have people coming all week. But you can actually go to her place and shop that way. If you are local and you are shopping online, you can put a note to request local pickup, and then she'll refund you the shipping, and you can come. She'll drop it off here, and you can come here to the store and pick it up. I think that's what we talked about. So, what else?
What's relax, renew, refresh?
Oh, I wanted to show you this because Linda Lancaster came in with this and she made her own ribbon. And it just reminded me of kind of like the old-fashioned ribbon. And she did it with software. So she did it with software. However, we went on the machine and went into embroidery. Did you know you can bring in your sewing stitches? There's some sewing stitches in embroidery. And so we went in there and pulled it's the satin stitch scallop and just connected them. And we just sat down and played with it for like 2 seconds to do that. But I should maybe make a little video on that. I wanted to show you because I thought this was so cute. And she stitched it out like on an old sheet. And so if you did Day at the Spa, this is from Day at the Spa. She did different colors. The Day at the Spa was purple. But this ribbon right here, she made that in software. But we could probably do that if I spent some time on it, a little bit of time. It took me 2 seconds to do the scallop, but I didn't add the butterfly. We could probably add something like that too. And she had all different ones that she made. And I thought that was so clever. I never thought of doing that. I was like, you made your own ribbon. I just absolutely love that. And I wanted to show you that because, I don't know, I don't think we all think, wow, I can make my own ribbon on my machine. And so she did this in software, but like I said, the scallop was so easy to do just in embroidery. And if I think of it later, I'll do a little video because I don't know. Did you see I did that short? I did
All by herself.
And I added
Didn't
music.
Didn't even ask for help.
I added music and everything. It took me like 2 or 3 tries.
I was climbing on Sunday, and the guy I was climbing with was like, my wife never learns how to do it because she asks me to do it for her every time. And I was like, I feel you, man. But I didn't even have to help. You did it all on your own.
It was that easy.
Makes me love you even more.
Paula, email me and I'll get you. If you're local, Lindsay does kids sewing classes. So if you're local, reach out. I have her information here.
And then the leggings class is serger only, right?
No. It is serger as well as there is
but
some...
they have to have a serger.
You don't have to have a serger. You can do this on your sewing machine. The
Is
class
she
will
gonna
be done
do it?
on a
Okay.
serger, though.
Yeah.
But you can absolutely you can sew knits on a sewing machine.
Right.
It's just
like,
easier
for
on
the
a serger.
class, It's serger.
She will
correct?
be on a serger
Okay.
and a sewing machine for part of it.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I answered all the questions. For the leggings, da-da-da-da. Punch sewing. Punch needle. You guys are touching about punch needle? I think you must have watched something with that. We'll have more information on some punch needle stuff too.
They're not very excited about it.
Did you get to... Okay. Another video I want to do. I transferred, you know me, technology resistant. I transferred a design this weekend wirelessly. Yeah.
I should be out doing rock climbing and mountain biking all the time because then when I'm gone,
I wasn't going to ask you anyways. He makes it sound like I'm helpless. I just like when he does everything for me. I just like it. He likes it too. You like it. You like taking care of me. Although he's told me if something happened to me, he's not gonna get remarried because he wants to not have to take care of somebody anymore. You like it, don't you?
I love it.
Okay. Let's talk about some other stuff that's up. I think this is up. Karen, and I don't have all the dates. Just look on the calendar. I didn't write it down. I can only do so much.
I think Michelle's asking about the serger class, and it is going to be live only, right? There's not going to be a video recording of that class?
I don't know. We'll have to see if Lindsay wants to do a recorded version of the class. You're not going to believe this. I recorded I re-recorded. This is my second take, and I totally messed up in the beginning, but I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna keep going. So when I do patterns, I do them on freezer paper because if you've done it before, you know how nice it is to trace it on there and just iron it on. There's like this little coating on the back of your freezer paper that makes it stick, but it doesn't like ruin your fabric or anything like that. So you just iron it on, cut out your pattern, and then you just peel it off, and then you just reuse it over and over again. So when I did my first piece, because I was just showing you how I trace it out, I went to do it, and like I didn't have enough freezer. It like it didn't go far enough, so I had to redo it. So, but I recorded the.
She worked all weekend.
I recorded the tracing, then ironing it on, and then cutting it out. And that same process is something that you can use for any pattern. I know it's going to be different for the patterns that you're using, but so now I'm going to stitch out my second pair because now we're in the fall, and I am doing denim for the Picasso pants. So I'm getting closer to having mine. Mine will be up. This class is up. The leggings class is up with the pattern. I think I linked it. Just look up limestone. This is up too. This is going to be a sew along. So Karen Bowl is doing a sew along. If you've never done cut work napkins, I mean, they're so much fun. She's not doing these. I'm just showing you some samples of cut work napkins. So this is a Kimberbell one, I think, from the past. Aren't these cute? These are all cut work. The one that Karen's going to be doing is she's going to be doing this one. And you don't have to use these colors. You can use any colors that you want. You can use a color that's going to match. So elegant. Or you can use something that's going to contrast. So she is going to be doing this from this pattern. This is winter table cloth and napkin corners. And then it's up on the site at 20% off. So you can get the hard copy, but you can also just do the digital download, and the digital download's 20% off. And that will just be loaded onto your OESD account. It's saved there forever. You can download it at your leisure. And it'll save you on shipping if you're from out of town, because it'll just, like I said, it'll just get downloaded. So this is what she's going to be doing. I'm not sure which pattern she's going to be doing, but I love the pine cones. This has tablecloth corners, which are a little bit bigger, that'll fit into your 6x10 hoop, and then the napkins that'll fit into a 5x7 hoop.
How come you don't do the pine cone ones for our Thanksgiving table?
We do paper napkins. Just kidding. I can't.
We do cloth napkins, but none of them match.
We have really beautiful holiday napkins that we use.
The red ones?
The red ones.
Where are those? They've been in like the laundry.
You did them.
Washed them.
Yeah, everything's folded.
Everything's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, this sew along, I think it's happening, I don't know. It's up on the site.
So,
but get your pattern now.
Several people have talked about the recording. So I don't think we've talked to Lindsay about doing a separate recording of the video. For the comment about being a slow learner, all of our Zoom classes are recorded. So when the class ends, you receive a copy of the video of your class. So you can go back and rewatch. The difference is, for some of the classes, we do just a straight recording. So you're not watching the recording of your class. You're just watching a recording of that method. So I'll
have to talk to Lindsay about doing a recording of that class, and then you can just purchase the class. Just because she's a new instructor, I'm not sure exactly how we're going to be doing it. My Picasso pants, of course, are going to get the recording of the class, and I make so many mistakes. I was doing my recording last night with my headset on, and usually when I do that, it like, you hear my voice through the headset, so no matter where I'm walking in the room, you can hear me. So there are times, and I don't have to like be talking right into the camera. So I was like, oh, my headset, because I was watching part of it last night. I was like, oh, my headset wasn't totally working all the time. So you might have to like put your volume up for this one. I'm not doing it again because it was like,
Takes a long time.
it takes a long time. And, yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So this is a free sew along. Just get the pattern. I used to be able to get all sorts of napkins, and most of the places aren't selling them anymore, my distributors. So get your own napkins, get the pattern. Hopefully you'll get the pattern for us. You can get it through the affiliate link, and don't forget, OESD is still doing their giveaway, where if you spend $59.99 or more on OESD product, you get this pattern for free. This is the pattern that's free for the month of October. Next month is going to be their holiday celebration embroidery pattern. So it goes on for September, October, and November. So, yes. If you get it from me, I kind of keep track. So if you get this and then you get one more pattern at the end of the month. If I ever miss anything, let me know. It's hard for me to keep track of everything and go, oh, they bought something at the beginning of the month and then they bought it at the end of the month, and like keeping track of everything. So I might need a reminder. But I try to do it as soon as I see your tallies are there. I try to do the free design.
Hey, I'm gonna
This is another
go
one.
get cash in the register. And
This
prepare
is,
for Tuesday.
This is from Fruit Napkins. Isn't that so cute? The pineapple. This is so easy and so fun. And I think Karen will do 2 different napkins. Are you there, Karen? I think she'll do 2 different napkins, and then she can show you 2 different techniques for stabilizing. Like what stabilizer. Don't go.
Do you need me for anything
Yeah,
else?
don't go. I need you. Don't go.
I'm like moral support. I haven't said a word in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I just like you sitting here.
So I am gonna go. Just
Okay.
because I gotta remove some tables
stay
and
right
stuff
there
like
for
that.
1 minute, 'cause
We're gonna do our giveaway tomorrow, because the product that Jeannie wants to give away is actually supposed to be here tomorrow.
it'll be here today, so we'll give it away.
It'll be here today, so we'll give it away tomorrow.
To my bed. Oh my God, how cute is this?
So
Isn't that so cute? Miss Heather Mundy stitched these out for
somebody
us.
asked if I rode this weekend. I rode after work on Saturday, and then I probably climbed a combined 11 hours. It's Rocktober.
You know what he says to me? I'm like, how long are you going to be gone? And I go, what are you doing? Climbing. How long are you going to be gone? 2 hours. I'm like,
No,
he goes,
you
a
said
couple
how long?
hours.
How long are you going to
No.
be climbing?
No.
And I said
no.
2 hours.
I said, how long are you going to be gone? A
how
couple
long
hours.
are you going to be climbing? Is what she asked.
No.
She asked how
No.
long I was going to be climbing.
No.
And I told her exactly how long I was going to actually be climbing.
No, because the conversation led to, it was, I'm going to tell you why, and you're going to know that, yes, I'm telling the truth, and he is not. How long you begin climbing? How long are you going to be gone? 2 hours. I go, no, that's not how long. If you go, you didn't say that then. I go, and you go climbing, hour there, 2 hours on the rock, hour back, at least 4
so
hours.
She knew. She asked me, how long are you going to be climbing? 2 hours. I'm going to climb for 2 hours.
No.
But when she asked me when I'm going to be back and I go climbing, I go, I'll call you when I get back to the car.
He always says that so he doesn't have
I'll
to
call
tell
you when I get back to the car, because stuff goes wrong sometimes. Or sometimes it's harder than you think it's going to be. And you can't rush that stuff. You want me to be safe, don't you, baby?
I do.
You want me to come home
Yes.
safe?
Yes.
You don't want me to rush and do
No.
shortcuts?
No.
Okay. So,
Anyhow,
and it's Rocktober. It's almost
he
not
climbed. He's been
Rocktober
climbing
anymore.
all weekend. He goes out and does his thing.
I had a great weekend. That was like the best weekend ever.
Oh my God! Last weekend we were with the kids. That wasn't the best weekend
No, that
ever.
was a great weekend too. This is the best weekend ever without the kids.
Is the class? Did we answer all the questions?
I believe so. Pattern number for OESD, and then how much do they have to spend? $59.
$59.99.
All right, I'm gonna go.
And that can be
buy-
stabilizer. That can be Isacord thread. I look, when you do those orders, I look and see. Where is, did I take the pattern? Did I lose it already? So the one that Karen is going to be doing is going to be the winter napkins. But there's other ones too. So if you love these, this one here is 12810. And the winter napkin one, how can I lose everything so fast? Okay, the winter napkin one is this one, which is 12788. Ooh, can you not see that because the glare? 12788. And I think the links are up there for that. But I mean, this is their newest design. I don't know if this is out yet or it's gonna be coming out. But and look how Karen folded this. She took it out. It was like, how'd you do that? I mean, wouldn't this look great on your table? This is the new Christmas tree one that they released this year, and it comes with there's two different designs. There's this one. Wait, let me turn it on the corner, and this one. So, and cut work, if you've never done it before, this is freestanding lace cut work, because we're going to be cutting and doing freestanding lace, and it's so much fun, and you're going to be like, that was so easy. So, do you guys remember this? This was from a Kimberbell project. Isn't that cute? Okay, so lots and lots of different napkins that you can do. This is another one. I've done a lot of these. They're so much fun. So it's really nice. So you can do it where you pick fat thread that's going to match, or you can do it where you pick colors that are going to contrast. Okay? All right. So I want to talk to you about that. I wanted to talk to you about, did we put this up too? This is cute. I'm going to show it to you, but you can't buy, I was like trying to put the design up, but you can't purchase this design yet. It's going to be a November release. This is, again, OESD. So this was stitched on paper. Karen said they're fast. It's going to be another free sew along. And then you can put your little gift card in there. Isn't that so cute? I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm wary of doing this kind of stuff and giving it away because, you know, you're going to have some of those people that are like, oh, thank you so much, trash can. And you worked so hard to make that. So I think you should write on the back, please reuse this handmade card or something, right? But is this so cute? And then if you wanted, you could, afterwards, you could maybe glue this shut and they could use it as an ornament too. But this is stitched on cardstock. And here's another one. Isn't this adorable? You could put their name on it too, like personalize it even more. Ta-da! And then like in a little spot here to put the card in. So this is going to be another sew along. I think we put it up as a pre-order that you could order the pattern. I want to say it's $19.99, but I'm not positive. I'll have to check. Graydon was here yesterday and we were working on a bunch of stuff. But I thought these are going to be coming up. These are super cute. And
So it's a great vehicle.
Napkins look nice. Da-da-dun. Yes. Okay. I'm going to have Michelle come over here and we'll sit down and answer some more stuff. What do you recommend for sewing a handbag? That's a question for Michelle. She's our bag lady. So I'll have her answer that as well. So this is going to be coming up. I think this is on the calendar. So if you want to put your name in, these are live feeds. So it's not like you're going to get a Zoom invitation or anything like that. But we'll just send you a reminder. So, okay. This is up too. So this is another sew along. Miss Karen Bowl was on fire.
She was.
So this is the June Taylor Casablanca placemat. And when you sign up for this, do you mind grabbing, there's like a thing, the pack of it's right on the table. Do you see it for this? It's right on the table, like, no, over by you. Oh, over by you, by the spray bottle, by the iron.
Okay.
There's the June Taylor. Okay, here's another sew along she's going to be doing, and I think this is on the calendar, and I think I ordered like 20 packs. So all you have to do is get the you're just going to buy the product, show up with your fabric, and then stitch one out along with Karen. It comes in a pack, and I think it makes 6 set of 6. So it comes like this. It's just flip and fold. It's quilt as you go. Yeah. So quilt as you go, and you can pick any fabric if you want to make placemats for Christmas, Thanksgiving.
You know what? I love those things because I don't quilt all the time, and it's just really easy to bam, 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 and it's done, and it looks beautiful.
And it's so much
Yeah.
fun, and it looks perfect, and you sew on the line, and you're going to have a good time with this. So get your product and just be ready for this. So you guys better eat your Wheaties. Do you mind grabbing that just because we're down today? Lori's not here and Dax isn't here today. Okay, so that's going to be up there. It's called Casablanca, and go ahead and get your stuff so you're ready for the class, and then we can get everything shipped out all at once. I am doing this sew along. I think I was looking at the calendar, and I think it's going to be the second week in November, and I wish I could do it sooner, but I can't because we sold out of the patterns. I won't have them until probably next Monday. So if you have this, and if you want, I'll call you and I can send you the download and then put this in the mail so you're going to have it right away. But I did finish stitching mine out this weekend. It is super cute. I did do a thread list. So this is the one that's going to be the light colorway, and it's in the stand. This is the fabric that you're going to get for it, except the cornucopia is going to be different. It's going to have a metallic grunge. So, and people love these. They make them for all the seasons, so you have your stand. I mean, Audrey, I think, would make...
I was just thinking of Audrey. She made 20 sets of everything every year because of all of her daughters and daughter-in-laws and nieces. And it's like she made like 20 sets of every one.
So we sold out of the light colorway. We're going to be recutting, and we'll have those to the beginning of next week. So I need a little bit of time just to get everyone their stuff. That's going to be a free sew along. It's 93-minute stitch out, but you know, with all the applique and things like that, it's going to be a 3-hour sew along, and it's going to be free. So you're just going to be stitching with me. This fabric's showing up. So if you want the dark colorway, which I think is so cute, the dark colorway, we're going to start sending that out today. So we're going to have the dark colorway, and I'm going to be stitching the dark colorway in the sew along. Other
dark
things.
one's kind of cool.
I love the dark one. It's
Yeah,
going to be
dark.
these exact fabrics. Well, I think it is. I'm getting that polka dot fabric today. So that's coming up. Is there just so much? This isn't on the calendar yet, but I was looking at the dates, and I think it's going to be the second week in November because we're almost to the end of
I know.
October.
I can't believe that. I don't know where the time went. It's like it's too late to do anything more Halloweenish.
It's
Well,
crazy.
My favorite holiday is going to be over with soon.
I don't know if we put this up yet, but I'm going to stack everything in front of me and make sure everything goes up. It takes a long time to put everything up
It
and all
does.
the links and takes the pictures.
So
be patient.
because I'm way more creative than I am technology oriented. So if I have to sit there and type and then make sure I get it all right the first time, it doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah, so this is going to be the last save the date, and Karen's been stitching these, and is this one just so cute? She came in and I was like, oh my god, that Christmas tree, the little white
The
leather
white vinyl,
Christmas
the
tree
white leather, yeah, so
was
cute.
just adorable. And look at the print, the quilting stitch in the background. Really, really, really cute. We have kits for this, so if you need the kit for it, just order it from us. This is sometime in November. I think it's on the calendar. I don't know if we put it up. It's on our calendar. I will make sure. This is my stack of goodies to follow up on when
So I
we're
think
done.
all of these, don't all of them have the SVG files now?
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
They have the SVG,
But-
but you know me, I'm still...
Okay, well, Cindy was just asking if they had the SVG. So, yes, it says on the back of the package that it does have the SVGs. But my goal for 2025 is to have Jeannie using her scan and cut as much as I do.
I know. I gotta do it.
I have 3 of them. I can't live without 2 of them. One of them's going to go live with my granddaughter, but I got to have at least 2.
I'm gonna do this too. I started filming it. Oh my god! Can I tell you? it was my least favorite of the stockings, but as I started stitching it,
okay.
I was like,
But look how beautiful that is.
I used Fairy Frost for those of you. Patrick makes fun of me because he's like, let's get rid of the Fairy Frost. I love Fairy Frost. So this is going to, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. I started filming it, and I started filming it on my 10 needle. And then I'm going to, maybe I'll just do a video putting it together. So it might not be so long because we're running out of dates. But this is one of the stockings, and this was my short. But this is Cynthia Frenetti. I can't remember if these are out yet, but I know I should pin it together. I haven't sewn it together, but
We want to hear the details about the Grinch
it
design.
is so
Patience,
cute.
ladies.
Wait.
Wait.
So here, this is how you do it. So it's done in sections. It's 5 different stitch outs, and it called for 1.5 yards to do the front. I used 1 12-inch strip, and look how much I have left. So I'll put together a little supply list for that. And you want lining. It's like a line. I've never done one of these before, but the stitching on this, the bird. Oh my God. It was so beautiful. And you can't even appreciate it. Like, you have to see it in person. Because I saw the pictures and I was like, it's okay. And then I started stitching it and I was like, that is gorgeous.
That's often the case with a lot of those that you think, oh, so many panels, I'm not doing that. And then when you start sewing, you're like, oh my God, the detail is like spectacular.
The detail is unbelievable. And one last thing I want to talk about before, there might be a couple more things. Don't forget, this week is Quilt Talk with Michelle Burritt and Gail Cram. They're going to be here on Thursday right after the live feed. Mm-hmm. And the topic is nesting your seams and the anatomy of a quilt. Because I know I couldn't name all the parts.
A quilt has an anatomy?
Yeah, so they're going to be talking about that. And I guess that's important to understand, right? Just like the anatomy, like what part is what part. I'm going to cut some fabric. Michelle's going to talk to us about...
What am I talking about?
Well, the Grinch. When do you think the Grinch will be?
The Grinch, I should have the Grinch up this afternoon. But you have there's something that's going to be a little bit different with that one. I could not find what I wanted for you, so I created the design. So therefore,
and if they don't know what we're talking about, I'll go and grab it.
So therefore, you're going to be buying the design from me. So when you see the kit, for your project, know that you still have to buy the design separate, and it won't be through the store. It'll be through me. But this is what I got for you guys. So you have some layered vinyl. You have lots of sparkle. This is not for someone that's just got their Scan and Cut out of the box. You should, it's my design, Joanne. I made the design. So you should have some experience with layering vinyls, heat transfer vinyls. You should have some experience with cutting flocked for rhinestones, or a very confident beginner would probably be okay as long as you've got some experience. But just know that if you have no experience with your Scan and Cut, you just got it out of the box, you might be just watching most of the class and doing it later.
There's going to be a recorded version,
right? Yeah, there's
right?
a recorded version of this, and then you could do that as well.
Yeah, so maybe if you are brand new, you can sign up, but you're not going to be asking a ton of questions because they might be the questions that are for people, like beginner questions for somebody who's brand new. And you might want to get the recorded version.
Yeah.
Then you can watch it at your leisure. So cute, isn't it? So in the kit, you're going to get all the rhinestones.
Yes, the rhinestones and the heat transfer vinyl. And also there's a transfer sheet, the heat transfer sheet for the rhinestones that you can also use on the heat transfer vinyl when we do that.
And then there's going to be an option to buy the sweatshirts and the size that you want to get. Mm-hmm. No, so if you're going to take this class and you want the sweatshirt, because we're going to wait for the orders and then we're going to buy them and then send them out. So you need to, what's the cut? Is there a cutoff, or will there be a cutoff on
So I think I don't have that class up yet. So I thought I would get the rest of the kit put together, get the listing up on the website so they can purchase it. And I think that So normally we don't do this. We say there's a cutoff for signing up for the class, and then we're like, oh yeah, no worries, we'll put you in there, no worries. This definitely is going to have a cutoff. This definitely is going to have a cutoff because Jeannie has to order the sweatshirts, and we can't rush, and we can't overnight, and we can't do those kind of things. So if you think you want a kit or extra kits, please make that known when you sign up for the class. I'm going to list it also as just a recording. So I haven't done the full recording yet, but I will. I'm going to work from home hopefully tomorrow, and I'll get that done. Yeah, so there's also, if you haven't taken it, I have my Get to Know Your ScanNCut class. It's a 4-hour class for someone that's not familiar with their ScanNCut, has a kit.
Oh, that
goes with
ScanNCut
it.
class is on Friday.
Oh, it's on Friday.
It's
Okay.
on Friday, so if you want to sign up
Yeah.
now. I can send your kit out priority, or you can watch the recording later.
Oh, the earlier thing with the designs with the florals. Yes, it's a Christmas stocking design, Joanne, from OESD. So the heat press on that's going to be part of the class, Cheryl, is I'll record the class from home. When I record the class from home for the recording that's not the live class, I will be using my big heat press. And in the class when we do it on Zoom, I'll be using my 10 by 12 Cricut hand press. So, you can actually do it both ways. Kim, you do not need the rhinestone add-on for this class. They discontinued that activation code, and I'm very sad that they did, because there's a lot of things that I can do in software, and one of them is actually I can create a rhinestone design in software, but I can't create it and meld it with the heat transfer vinyl. In other words, I can't make it a true ScanNCut design. But I did actually create this in software, so yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
you don't. Once you have the design, you just have to cut it and then place your rhinestones. So it's almost like fun anyway, because then you don't have to worry about it. And I'm hoping they'll bring the activation code back. I know they won't bring the rhinestone starter kit back, but I'm still actually working on sending it in every single time that they actually bring the activation code back for that. So this should be up today. This is up already.
all right. This has been in the hopper for a while.
Yes, it was so much fun.
Minky Kim.
Minky Kim, it's like a little bag. It's like a little sling bag that fits like a pocket for cell phone and keys and stuff in the front, and then an interior slip pocket, and actually it might have 2 interior slip pockets. And
We stuffed it so it would be nice and puffy, and all the instructions
And,
are in here so
yeah.
we don't lose them.
and it is bound. So for those of you that makes you nervous to do bags and quilted bags, this one's a nice one. The way the binding is done is almost, it's almost a game changer the way she does binding. So I have it listed with 3 different color combos. The outside, the hex and the polka dot doesn't change, but the zipper trim and the lining colors change. We have red, we have pink, we have green, and the zipper's yellow with the red, and then we have a really pretty green one that goes with the green and the pink. So
And these little hexies, this is a cheater panel.
it is
Not
a
a
cheater
panel, but the fabric.
The fabric's
But
a
you
cheater.
will be sewing it to quilt it, and that's going to be part of your
Yeah,
pre-class
there's be
prep.
prep. Those be prep for this because it takes really a long time to do this. But I have the
And you have
recording.
another version of this. Is it here?
The Bloomberry one. No, I don't. I'll bring it tomorrow.
Okay.
Or I'll bring it. Yeah, I'll bring it tomorrow. But also did another one. This was so much fun to sew. I did another one where I just saved all the pieces that were big enough of my Bloomberry panel from the Minky Kim little pouches, and used those leftovers, and then just like did squares, together with the leftover pieces of fabric.
And it's so cute.
It was a lot of fun.
So this is there's a class, and then there's a kit.
And then there's a
this.
recording. So please pick the one you want. Please don't pick the Zoom class if I'm not going to see your face. It is up. I forget what the date is, but it's up on the calendar. It's in November.
Look up what's the name of it?
Minky Kim Swing and Sling Bag. It's not a panel, it's yardage.
Yeah.
Oh,
swing
the Minky,
and
the other
sling.
one, the Minky Kim
That
panels.
I
Do
think
we
that's
have-
up.
That one's up
Yeah.
too. Do we still have panels?
Yeah, we still have panels. I just got 2 more bolts in.
Oh,
So
good.
we have the panels. We don't have the Sally Tomato zippers. We'll have that in December, but I did order some other zipper options. And then I saw some people sign up. I don't know where this sample is.
Carissa, I would have no trouble enlarging this bag because it literally is measurements. There's no, the only pattern piece really in there is she gives you a corner so that you can do the rounded corners. You could just do it by size. So if you wanted to say enlarge it 120%, then you would just add 120% to the, add 20% to the measurements that are there.
And how many videos are there that you recorded?
So when
for
I
this?
recorded the videos, I listened to what you say, that you learn slow and you like to be able to stop the video and stuff. There is no Facebook groups any longer. We just don't use them, Michelle. We just do everything on YouTube. So I stopped. Every time a section or a specific task was done, I stopped the video. So I think I have like 16 videos on the Minky Kim pre-recorded class. They're all, I think it's a total of about maybe 8 or 9 hours or so, but
Yeah.
it's all broken into sections. So if you're like,
9
okay,
hours. It's going to take them 8 or 9 hours.
well, I don't think so, but I wanted to include everything. If I have this quilted, I can put the bag together in about 2 hours. But that's me. All right. So I wanted to include my thoughts, some tips, what I changed the way from the Minky Kim video, and when I start talking, it takes
It's
a
so
lot of time.
cute. I mean,
But-
look at the interior just of the front pocket. I mean, this is spectacular. And if you want somebody to hold your hand and guide you through this project, then you should sign up for the class.
I used for all of it. I used a color, and it's listed on the cell. The listing. It's I think it was TU05 in the 2D. It's like a pink or something, but it's got all these fabulous colors in it. So I used that. I've been really hooked on variegated thread lately. So it's in the listing. And it was how, let's see, anything else? I have no idea on the poinsettia panels. Are we getting poinsettia panels?
Yes,
Okay.
whenever they send them to me, we'll have them available. And I ordered 3 bolts of red, 2 of the white, and 1 of the pink. So we should have plenty of all of the colors. Regarding the Minky Kim sew along, that this is a paid class. This was a lot of work. There's a lot of videos. You're going to get a lot of content with this. This one is going to be a free sew along, and Michelle did put a lot of work into this too. But this is the one you're going to be
This
doing,
is
right?
a little friend's pouch.
I mean, look how cute that is. And this all comes on the panel.
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually one piece that you cut out, and then it's one piece for lining. Now, I mentioned this before, I didn't use the lining piece for lining because I wanted to have 2 pouches because it's the actual same size. So in the sew along, I'm just going to be using some lining fabric for this, but it's a great way to use some of the specialty stitches, like this is the hand look quilt stitch, and then we'll also be doing quilting on the bottom. So, and we're gonna, we'll start from the beginning. I mean, we'll just sew till we get it done.
So this is the panel. We have plenty of them. So if you haven't gotten it yet, and I think the sew along is up for the 13th or something like that. I think it's November 13th. So we have time to get you your panels. This is the panel that you're going to be using, and everything comes on here. And if you want more bang for your buck, you can do what Michelle did and buy some extra yardage, and then use that as your interior. So this is this is it right here. Right?
Yeah, this is the
So
little
that-
friends right here. So I just did 2 pouches.
Yeah, because this one is meant to be the inside lining, and then this is the outside. But you can just buy extra lining fabric, and then Michelle was able to use the lining to do another bag. This was meant to be the lining, but she used it to do an entirely different bag. Yeah.
So
super
there is
cute.
no thread kit for the Minky Kim. I used that same color of 2D thread for everything.
I use it for everything too.
I didn't change. It's just one color. The color's on there. And for this, I just used, I don't think I did. I didn't have with this either. I just used regular thread. I mean, you could. I think that I'm pretty sure that this is monofilament, but Jeannie and I both agreed that it would have been better if I hadn't used monofilament, if I had used something you could see. So I'll probably do the same thing in this class. I'll probably
So
use one of the 2Ds, probably a light color. Do I dare?
This is. Oh, and if you want this fabric here that I use, this is on the website. Just look up Cotton Shot, and I think it's the emerald. So if you're looking for that, that should be up there as well.
Do I dare?
Yes, let's talk about sublimation.
So here's my sublimation tumbler. I always get goofy with this. I put a little video up on the on the A1 Sew Along group. I had absolutely zero experience with sublimation before I bought this printer. And this is my zero. If you rotate it around slowly, you'll see that there's no seam line there. That was by my third tumbler. By my third tumbler, I got the seam line thing.
Wow, you don't even see where it came together.
No.
And I think it's amazing that you can sublimate on a cup, on a
metal.
tumbler. Like, is that just amazing too?
If you loved our t-shirts, here's another one. So now this one, the print wasn't as large, so it has a back, when you turn it. But this was like, I had so much fun yesterday. I was just like, I have one more, but I didn't bring that one. But
how long does it take to do something like this?
So the timing for me I have the tumbler pressed by HTV Ront. So, I found that the directions that they gave for HTV Ront really weren't hot enough or long enough. So I followed directions that I found from another crafter on YouTube, and it was perfect. It was 385 degrees, I think, for 100 seconds. But you have to realize that if you have a tumbler and it goes all the way around to the back, you have to rotate it. So it was a learning curve, but I had a fabulous time with it, and I got more mouse pads done, and I just can't wait to do more.
I'm going to answer some of the questions. Regarding the rose panel, I reached out, so they don't make that available for us to purchase those anymore. I think those came out maybe like a year ago, and I totally missed the boat on that. So I did reach out to them and ask them if that's something they're going to be reprinting and making available for us. It's from Hoffman, and I'll let you know what I hear back. I'm hoping I can get some yardage, and if we can get the yardage, we'll do that as a class.
We do have Minky Kim yardage for the one that asked about Michelle Kelly. Yes, we do have Minky Kim yardage.
So if you want to get yardage for Minky Kim that matches this, type in Bloomberry, and it's BLOOMBERRY, and that's going to have the matching yardage. So you can type that in. Do we need basting tape for Minky Kim?
No, because what I have on the supply list is one of my new absolute favorite products when you have a curve. And that's Glue Basted. It's a bottle. Jeannie got some for me especially. It's a bottle with a very narrow tube on it, so you can actually glue the basting, clip it with your clips. You can iron it, and the iron makes like a seal on it, and then it's washable. It leaves nothing behind. So I think with this I did use the Glue Basted a lot. And you'll be surprised. You're going to be putting the binding on the top of this first, and then putting it to the zipper. So, you could actually use double-sided tape as well. I'll use both, but the binding part was that's all the binding you have is just in the bottom. And with that, I used the Glue Basted because I wanted to try it. We had a lot of glue basting products, but I saw this was in a Minky Kim video. And I thought, well, what I liked about it is I saw her iron it.
Yes.
So that meant that it kind of gave you a hold that you could take the clips out when you stitch. Because binding sometimes can be intimidating because it wiggles around. And so.
And the product that Michelle's talking about is Roxanne's.
Roxanne's Glue Basted.
Yeah. And we do have it here in the store.
I think I linked it to the supply list.
And there is a supply list. I think the supply list is in the listing for the class. I
Yes.
think we put it in there.
Angela, yes.
So if you're looking for what Michelle's going to be using for the so long, it should all be in the supply list. Do you mind checking that afterwards and
I
making
will.
sure? We'll make sure it's there in the listing. So if you sign up, and you don't even need to sign up, these are free sew-alongs. Some of the classes we do are paid for, and some of them are free sew-alongs. That one's a free sew-along, and you just need to like show up that day or just log on to our YouTube channel that day. Can you show the first bag panel?
This bag is not
It's
a
not
panel.
a panel.
This is actually
It's
yardage.
Yeah, and there's a kit.
There's a kit, yeah.
If you want to go onto the website, Michelle took a beautiful picture that shows all the things that are going to come
Michelle,
in your
no,
kit.
it's not. It's not stiff afterwards. It's very soft.
So-
you don't know it. You don't even know it's there.
So when you sign up and you get the kit, there are 3 colorways that you can choose from. So just make sure you choose the colorway. Kits will be ready to ship this.
I just have to get. I think
We're
it's
waiting.
It's up on the website. I think we're waiting for the hardware. We're waiting.
I think
for a
we're
piece
getting
of-
it all today.
So if we're
So kits will be ready this week to ship out for this. Can't wait. First bag. Do you have any brother sublimation printers or Patrick? Are those back in stock this week?
They'll be back in stock.
Are there extra or are they all sold?
How many have we sold?
I
Like,
don't-
I haven't looked online, but like I filled every order at the end of last week, so
We have extra.
I've got like 3 or 4 coming in.
Yeah. So we should have extra for you. Dutica, yours is in there. I think you'll do something sublimation.
I do have plans to do a
Plans.
little sublimation group kind of class. Keep in mind that I'm not a pro. I am like you. I'm learning from the beginning, but I'm a voracious user of YouTube and all of my friends that are still in the business. So I waited a long time to get a sublimation printer. So I had like maybe 5 years of research before I did it. And you know what I did, what I bought, I knew that I would buy the Brother sublimation printer because Brother is a printer company. So I had no doubt of the quality of the printer. So I knew that I would buy it the minute they launched it. I was so excited. But there's some little things about it that I really like that you don't always find. Like I've had other sublimation print paper that I've gotten. The Brother paper's notched on one side. The tray has the notch in it, so you cannot possibly put the paper in upside down. And if you watch, you'll see that people will complain a lot. It's like, look at my picture, it's so bright and it won't print. And they're like, yeah, it's bright because you printed on the wrong side of the paper. So when sublimation comes out, the colors look pretty dull. So it was great. The tumbler was a wonderful experience. The mouse pads are a wonderful experience. Keep in mind, it's run by Art Spira. So if you're digging in your heels and you're not, you haven't wanted to get jiggy with Art Spira, you better, because everything runs together. The pictures go through Art Spira, the sizing goes through Art Spira. It's just one shot. You push the button and it starts printing. It is paired, together. So I love that everything works off of my iPad. I love that. Even my Luminaire, everything I have now works off that one thing. So it's pretty sweet. Tumblers, t-shirts, mouse pads, oh my. You would not believe, I'm absolutely shocked at some of the things that people are sublimating on. I can't wait to, experience it all.
So this is the glue base that Michelle's talking about, and it is up on the website. Just type in glue base, or you can type in Roxanne, and it'll pop up there. So, and I think what makes this so great is that like little nozzle
The
here,
little
right?
nozzle. Yeah, it's so tiny. And you know what? I've gone like a half. Pamela Shep. I don't. Do you put me in the Get to Know Your ScanNCut? I don't know who that is. Do you know? Who
That is a paid for class, Miss Pamela. I'll send you a link right now.
Okay. So what was really amazing is I've gone through half of the bottle of that glue based, and the nozzle is still flowing freely without any problem, but it's water based. So if your nozzle plugs up, all you have to do is soak it in warm water and you're good to go again.
So with the Get to Know Your ScanNCut, it's a 4-hour class, right?
It's 4 hours. It has a kit. And it has a kit that's mandatory for a reason. Because I make sure that everything is prepped so that you are successful, because I want you to know what it feels like when it's done right before you experience what it's like when it's done wrong. So that way, you know, you have a chance, you have the opportunity to have, you know, fabric that's prepped the right way, cardstock that works, things like that. So, I mean, I know a lot of you said, oh, I'm from out of town, I want to take the class, I'll just use my own stuff. And I really would rather you did not do that.
And if you do and it's not working, then you need
Then
to
you
be
just
like,
wait
I
for the
use
kit."
my own stuff.
Yeah, fess up, because you know what?
Sometimes
From your dialogue, I'm going to figure it out anyway. So just put it out in the open.
Okay, I did want to just talk really quickly about what's going on in the next 2 weeks. If you sign up for that scan and cut class, I will do my best to get you the kit. If you don't get it in time, you might be watching and then doing it again with the recording of the class. And somebody asked about recordings. We record every once in a while.
We forget.
We don't hit the record. It's
We're
happened
human.
like, I think it's happened to you once. I think it's happened to me like twice.
No, it's happened to me more than once. But every once in a while, we forget to hit record. We're human beings, you guys.
But
So-
for the most part, and we're really working hard to pre-record at this point. For the most part, like if it's a YouTube like what you're doing right now and watching us, this automatically just gets put on to YouTube as soon as we're done. So any of the YouTube lives automatically get put on. We can go back and erase it or delete it if we want, but it's that content's automatically going to be up there. I'd say it's been a long time since we've not hit record. Almost all our classes are recorded. We hit it. We have it set up so the Zoom classes automatically record. So that content, you get it after we're done. We'll send you a recording of the class.
So, and then also we have also began pre-recording most of our classes, because we realize some of you work. And what we've struggled with this past 3 or 4 months is people that sign up for the class, and then I send out this pleading email 2 days before the class that says, please let me know if you won't be there. If you get that email, it's because my class attendance is low and I need to know if there's going to be a warm body in the Zoom session. Because if, you know, it makes it hard to be able to do that if we don't know. So now it's the Minky Kim class. Was it Minky? Yeah, the Minky Kim class, I actually listed both ways on the website. You can either buy it for the Zoom, and that means that your warm and fuzzy body and your cute face is going to be there when I turn the Zoom on. Or you can say, you know what? I just want to do the class. I'm at work. Let me just buy the pre-recorded class, and that'll let somebody else who does want to do it live,
Pam, I'll get that in the mail to you today. We'll do priority. So let's just talk about some upcoming classes that are coming up. Wednesday, tomorrow, Michelle's going to be doing...
Not me, Michelle Burrett.
No, you.
Oh, yeah, it is
Michelle's
me.
going to be doing placemats quilted 6 different ways. This is just a sample. These are all the placemats kind of put together. But this is going to be doing everything from Quilt Bar, guideline markers, IQ Designer. This has a lot of content in here. And there is a kit. And if you want to sign up for the class and you don't, if you sign up today, don't worry. We can, was this recorded? This is pre-recorded, so you can sign up for this anytime. You can get the kit. We have several different placemat options that you can get. It's a panel. So, and then see, here's the back. They're all clipped together. So if you want to learn, I don't want to say all the different ways, but if you want to learn lots of different ways of quilting, and this is geared towards the...
So I opened the class, I did the class on the Solaris and the Luminaire. I opened the class to Solaris, Luminaire, Stellaire, and Altair. Now this is assuming that you've had your basic classes for your Stellaire and Altair, and that you use your Stellaire and Altair, because it's going to be a little bit different in Design Center. I am going to, at some point, record, hopefully maybe tomorrow at home, if I work at home, the parts on the Stellaire that are different, but
because there's not much difference.
It's not enough difference to say I can't do this because she did it on a Luminaire. So I will coach you through the class if you're working on a Stellaire or an Altair, but I'm going to assume that you have had your knowledge classes that teach you about Design Center, that teach you about the scanning part, that teach you about using the app to send to Design Center in your Stellaire or Altair. So if that's not you, you're still welcome, but know that we're not going to stop and do that part. I'll show you, and then we'll continue. So I'm going to, I'll just try to record just the four. Just the four
and they wouldn't be able to do the guideline marker.
They won't be able
I think
to
that's
do
it. Just the
yeah,
guideline
they won't be-
marker. And you need to be able to send your.
The Stellaire has a guideline marker, drop light.
But aren't
The grid.
you using the grids?
Yeah, they won't be able to use the
Yeah.
grid, but just a guideline marker, if you don't have a grid, you can certainly draw two crossed hairs. And I'll show you how to do that with a ruler, with using the markings on the ruler, and then just use your guideline marker. It's, it's so similar that it just wasn't, I just didn't think about doing it on the Stellaire because it's not that much different. It really isn't.
Okay. So that's going to be, this class is going to be on tomorrow. Thursday is going to be Quilt Talk with Michelle Burritt and Miss Gail Cram. Friday is going to be Get to Know Your Scanica. I'll do my best to get the kits out to you. And you can also do it along with the recording. And then next week, we're just going to talk about the next 2 weeks. Suzanne is going to be doing the barn. Oh, I don't even have it over here. Suzanne's going to be doing, I think it is here. Suzanne's going to be stitching this out with you. It's just a free sew along. If you've gotten your mug rug kit and you're ready to go, and you can use your own fabrics for it. It's just some time that you can set aside for yourself to stitch with us. She's going to be stitching this out. And then Dana is going to be stitching out the kitty one. And I'm not sure when that is.
About three weeks later, I think.
3 weeks
so,
later.
ladies and gents, if we have gents, I want you to practice kindness. Suzanne and Dana have not done supply lists and so forth yet. This is their first go around with that. So I want you to be patient. I sent them a sample, and Jeannie and I are going to work with them, and so that they can learn to do their own supply list. So everything may not be right on the money right now. So please just practice your patience. We're coming into the holiday season anyway. We need a lot of patience. So let's give them a chance to be really successful.
What's the best batting to use with the placemat class?
What do we have, Hobbs?
I use Hobbs 80/20, and that's going to be one of those quilt talks that Michelle is going to be doing.
Michelle Burritt, not me.
Yeah, Michelle's going to be doing with Gail. Just talking to you about batting, because I was like, you could just use warm and natural, and Michelle looked at me like, and I don't know that I am not a batting connoisseur, but this is a woman that quilts 300 to 400 quilts a year. She knows her batting.
Yeah,
so
and
she'll
I think-
talk to you about it, and we love the Hobbs 80/20.
I think it makes
We
a
kinda
difference
use it
on
for
what
everything.
you're doing. I mean, if you're doing
Oh,
an
yeah.
heirloom quilt, when I learned to sew professionally, my teacher said, determine if it's a costume or if it's couture. A placemat is a costume. I would use Jeannie's method of sewing pieces left over together. However, we need this all in one piece to be able to hoop it. So I would say layer, bottom, batting, top, have 4 inches all the way around so that we can use the embroidery hoop. So, but if I was just doing it at home, man, I'd be doing it your way of sewing all the pieces
Yeah.
together. It's a placemat, you guys. You
So-
can throw it in the washer and dryer.
So, Michelle, I just don't go like high loft, but whatever you have in
Yeah.
your stash, we don't have to be picky. Placemat class, the scan and cut and get a kit. Okay, if you want to join the class on Friday, sign up. I will send all your kits out priority today, and hopefully you'll get
I only
it.
have one. I have to make kits.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get it, but I can't guarantee. But you'll get the recording of the class as well. And Quilter's Dream. I've heard a lot of people
Yeah.
talk about Quilter's Dream, and they love that. I think that's it. Let's
think
get
that
started.
is.
We have
All
a
right.
ton of stuff to do. Have a great day. Be creative. Make something awesome. Hopefully your brain is not exploding.
Mine is.
If you got kits for the Janine Babbage, those aren't going to ship until next week with the design. So that'll get shipped out next week. And I think that's Riley Blake, if you're waiting for your hometown, we are going to do that in January. That's the date that we're going to start stitching that out. I'm going to do that as a sew-along. I thought we were waiting for one fabric and we got it, but we were really waiting for two, and that fabric's the second one's supposed to be in at the end of the month. Beginning in November is what we're shooting for to get those kits to you, and I'm so sorry to make you wait. But you'll be fine. We're going to stitch it out together. That's going to be happening in January. I did post the new machine embroidery quilt for Lori Holt, the autumn one, which is cute. I am not doing that as so long. You're hearing the word no for me. I want to do it. It is so cute. It's an autumn Lori Holt one. So I did put that up on the site so you can order it from us. It's machine embroidery, and it's really, really cute. But most likely I'm not going to be stitching that out because it will put me in the grave. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to help myself. That's up there. There's lots of other things that I've put up there. I'll bump it up on the page for the promotions, but there's just been so much going on. Eat your Wheaties. We've got a lot of sewing to do.